All right, we're going to go over a super quick way how to just get started making music in Bitwig Studio. We're on Bitwig Studio 5. And if you load the program, you're probably going to get a screen that looks like this. So you just want to go to New Project, and you're going to get a blank screen like this. It already set up 2 tracks for us, but here's what you do. This is the easiest thing to do. Look for all the yellows here in the right-hand column. These are things that make noise. These are instruments or sound generators. And pick one that kind of makes sense. Like, we're looking for a synth. Let's just load the Polysyn and just chuck it anywhere in the black area here. Now, if you have your MIDI controller set up, like I do here, if you play, you should hear noise. Now, mine's off. So let me turn it on. And then we'll hear some noise. Get the idea? All right, we're not going to go in how to set that up right now, but we'll do that in another video. So you have an instrument now, and it's sitting here. Now, what if you want to see what kind of noises, what other sounds that this synth can make? This folder here is the browser, and you have all your presets sitting here in the browser for the Polysyn. So if you pick one, just click it once and then start playing on your MIDI controller. You can hear what it sounds like. So we're gonna pick something that we think is cool. I think that's cool. All right, cool. So hit OK, and that preset will be loaded. And then we're just going to use this side of the screen. This is just a quick way to get some ideas down, these little blocks here, okay? So just hit the circle here. It'll start recording. 2, 3, 4. And if you hit stop, you can see, if you hit play now, it'll play what we did. If you don't like it, you just highlight it and hit the delete button, and bam. Now I'm going to turn the metronome on so we could hear like the timing of what I'm supposed to play. So click the metronome up here, blue triangle. Now click record. And after 4 counts, play something. 2, 3, 4. Cool. And now if we double click on that, we can see what we played down here in the notes, right? So if I hit play, then hit the space bar to stop. I want the pattern to stop right here, but you see that it kind of keeps going all the way to here. So just drag this bar till it ends at 3. It should snap right in there. And now, when we hit this pattern, hit play. It'll keep looping. So that sounds cool. We're going to go with that. But we want to add drums. So why don't we look for the yellow under D for our drum machine. Pick the yellow one, drag it in on the track there. Now, drum machine's loaded, but how do we get the drum sounds? I don't see anything. I don't see any drums. Whenever you want to mess around with the actual instrument that you loaded into a track and get sounds, you got to hit the little piano guy over here. So you can click it once, nothing happens. If you double click it, bam, there's the drum machine. It still doesn't look like much. But again, whenever you see your instrument down here and you want to load sounds, you got to browse for the sounds, and that's what this folder is for. So click the folder every time, and you'll see all the kits that you have to mess around with. Let's see, what's a California kit? I don't even know what these are. I'm just going to play my MIDI controller. It's okay. Try low. Interesting. I'm just going to try a bunch of different ones. All right, it's interesting enough. So let's go with that. So same thing, hit OK. It will actually put that preset in there now, that preset sound. Hit the circle and play a beat. Cool. So again, let's double click on that and let's look at what we did. You could drag this up and see what we did here. And hit play. Oops, hit the triangle. But you see it goes on too long. It goes to 4. We only want it to go to 3. So use the magnifying glass and click up here where there's a magnifying glass. Click where the magnifying glass is. Then move your mouse around. You'll see how you can navigate in Bitwig. It's really easy when you get the hang of it. But we never see that hourglass. Just click and hold and move your mouse, and then you could navigate. What we want to do is the same thing. Let's just pull this over to 3, and let's hear the drums again. Now, I played the drums pretty good. Like, my timing wasn't bad, and that's rare, by the way. But say you want your timing to be perfect, okay? We want all these to be right snapped to the grid. That's called quantizing the notes. And we can do... Quantize might be automatically on because the notes are snapped right in there. But say your notes were not snapping right to the grid and your timing was off. If you hit the letter Q, I'm just right-clicking on this menu up here. See, this says Quantize Q. These are all keyboard shortcuts. If you pick that clip and hit the letter Q, it would snap all the notes to the grid. Same with this. If we want to snap all the notes to the grid, hit the letter Q. Now, I must have auto quantize on somewhere, so it does it automatically. I don't remember how I did that. So we're not going to worry about that right now. But most likely, if you're playing your MIDI controller, your notes aren't going to be right snapped perfectly on time to the grid. So you just select that clip and hit Q, and it'll put all the notes to the grid. Fine, we did that. Now, if you want to play both of these clips at the same time, you just hit the play button at the very top of all those clips, and it'll play them both. Good deal. Now, we don't need the metronome on anymore because we got a good drum beat. So I'm going to turn the metronome off, and you'll hear that. Everything's fine. Say we wanted to add a hi-hat, though, to this. You could either draw it in if you want. I'm just randomly putting notes in here. No rhyme or reason. Let's hear what's in. All right, I don't like that, so let's just highlight all those, hit the delete button, and let's play them in with our MIDI controller. So there's my note on the MIDI controller. Let's just play that in. So I want to play that in this clip. So you just hit the record button and hit play. No, that's not what you do. It's not what you do. We want to... Okay, I figured it out. You hit this plus button up here. This is called Overdub. So if we hit the play button up, or plus button up here, now if we hit play, and let's see. All right, now if we hit the plus button up here, it's highlighted, and we hit play, we have to make sure that this is selected, and then we could overdub. Watch, I'm going to play the hi-hat now. It puts the notes in. Good. So now we have a hi-hat. So let's add some bass. Enough of that stuff. So let's pick another instrument over here that has basses and stuff. And we could either just pick a synthesizer, look for a yellow one, like an organ or polysynth, polymer, polygrid. These are all synthesizers. Or we could look at category and then go down to synth bass. And it'll pull up all the presets that are actually basses. And we can't really hear them. So let's get rid of that. And let's go back up and let's look for, let's use FM4. It's this type of synthesizer. And we're going to pull that in here. And we're going to double click on that and look in the browser. And here's an easy way to find all of our bass sounds. So we got FM4 selected. If we go to category, let's look for synth bass and let's try some of these. Nothing yet. That's pretty interesting. So let's hit OK for that Ganju bass. Hit record and let's see what we can do. All right, not terrible. That wasn't that bad. I don't suck. So let's double click on this, hit play, and let's see what we got. Now, if you look here, I screwed up. I played the note twice. So just double click it and get rid of that bad note. Let's try it again. I did it again. I made a double note here. Let's get rid of that. And I did it again. We wanted this note to be just G, not A, I think. Let's hear. Oops. So, dun, 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 dun. Yes. Yes, that's correct. All right, cool. So that's neat. But again, the pattern went too far. So let's drag this over. We want it to end at 5 and then loop over on top of each other from that. All right, last thing we're going to do is add what's called a pad sound. So let's pull Polysynth in, put it on this track here. Double click, folder, and look for, in category, look for pad. A pad is a nice, flowy type of sound. Here. Not that, not like that. You know what? Screw it. This is the stock. That's the stock sound that comes on Polysynth when you load up Polysynth and you don't browse for anything. What all I want you to do is take this knob here with the 2 arrows pointing that way and just bring it down a little bit, and it'll make it like less. It'll make it warm. You hear how it's warm? So I'm just going to play those chords over what we just did. Cool. And again, though, it made it go a little too long. So let's bring it back to 5. And let's play. If you hit the S here, it just solos this one track. It's only going to play this one track. So if I hit play here, it'll just be what we did because I hit S. I'm going to show you a little trick. I want to give it more of like an echoey sound, more like a reverberating type sound. Well, that's called reverb. So find the orange one over here called reverb and just drag it onto the purple. And now listen to it. It's got a reverb. All right, so let's open up the Polysynth while that's playing, and let's adjust this a little softer. And then raise the main volume of it by this out here. That's how you could raise the main volume. And let's adjust this A. I know you don't know what these mean exactly right now, but just adjust this A so it causes it to flow a little more. Here to flow. It doesn't start abruptly. Cool. All right, you want to know another trick? I can't help myself. Go up to chorus plus, put that right before the reverb, just right in there like that. And now it's going to be a stereo type sound. Hear the stereo-ness? All right, now let's play it with all the other instruments by turning off solo. Here we go. Hit the space bar to stop. So that is just a quick rundown of how you can immediately start making music in Bitwig Studio. I didn't go over a lot of features and stuff, and this can be so daunting, all the knobs and dials and faders. Screw all that, man. Just chuck some instruments into the project, play some notes, let them all play at the same time, throw some drums in, and just start to feel good with the program. That's what the purpose of this video. If you want to get technical, I'm going to have many more videos on this channel which is the Doll Junkie Bitwig channel. And we could go over features and stuff. If you have any feature requests, put them in the comments. I want to hear what you guys would like to learn about Bitwig. But I'm always a fan of, let's get some inspiration out of your head and into the computer so people can hear what your ideas are immediately. And that was the purpose of this video. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.